video, we will be discussing the different times of day to work out, the pros and cons of each, and when you should be doing your workout to maximize your results and hit your goals fast. Hi friends, I'm Vicky. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new here. I am an online fitness coach and I am in love with making fitness fun.
Make fitness fun again.
But really, I'm all about living a balanced lifestyle, enjoying myself, and showing you that your whole world does not have to revolve around working out and fitness in order for you to be fit. If this resonates with you, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you hit that little bell, ding, 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 so you get notified of my videos and my workouts and we can just have some fun together. So let's get into the video. All right, a lot of people have this misconception that you have to do your workouts in the morning to get the best results. I have noticed that on social media quite a bit. But in reality, the best time to work out is when you are actually most likely to show up and do the workout. So the number one priority is to pick the time of day that goes with your lifestyle and the time of day where you are able to show up and give your workout your all. Now, there are still some scientific differences between working out in the morning, afternoon, or evening, and I have got my research here, okay? Let me get into professor mode. I have done a lot of research, okay? I have my research right here. Oh my God, these are Johnny's glasses, and I feel like I'm drunk. Oh, this is how he sees. Okay, I don't really need glasses, and I don't really have my research here. I have it on my phone. So we're gonna be discussing the different times of days to work out. I'll be linking some research articles, but remember the difference between these really won't mean much if you don't actually show up and do the workouts. That is your priority number one. It also kind of depends on the kind of workout you are doing. So there are different times of days that are more optimal for different kind of workouts, whether it's weights or cardio or lists. So we will go over all of that in this video. And right before we get into this topic, go ahead and leave me a comment down below letting me know what time of day is your favorite time to work out. I'm really curious to hear your answers, and it's best if you do this before you listen to the rest of the video so that you just like give me your honest answer and then you see at the end of this video if you still want to work out at that time. So let's start talking about morning workouts. So we're gonna go over some pros and cons, okay? So morning workouts, I'm talking about workouts that you either do in a fasted state, so before breakfast or maybe right after breakfast, which is not ideal for some workouts, but okay. So some of the cons is one, it makes it less likely that you will skip it. By making your workout the first thing you do throughout the day, there's a lot less thinking involved. You just have to get up, get your workout clothes on, do the workout. So that's a really good point. Two, it gives you a boost of energy for the rest of the day. It makes you feel more productive. The endorphins, the dopamine you get from your workout just really sets the tone for the rest of the day. Number three, now this one is talking about fasted workouts. So if you're doing your workout first thing in the morning, there have been some studies that have shown that you may burn a little bit more fat on a ratio basis when you're working out in a fasted state because your glycogen stores are depleted. Now I say may because there has also been other research to show that that's not necessarily the case. So when your glycogen stores are depleted and your insulin levels are low, your body has to rely on other forms of energy to get your body to move, and that's when it turns to fat. So some studies have shown that exercising in a fasted state can burn 20% more fat than not exercising in a fasted state. However, here's my caveat, okay? What matters the most when it comes to weight and fat loss is burning more calories overall. So even if from a ratio basis, you are burning more fat, if you have less energy for your workouts in the morning because you are in a fasted state and you burn less calories overall, you're still gonna burn less fat, if that makes sense. Also, there are other studies that have shown that if you ingest carbs before your workout, you increase the afterburn effect of your workout and you burn more calories throughout the day. But studies still have not been able to show that regular fasted cardio over a long period of time burns more fat than doing regular cardio. So take this information as you wish, but I don't think it's gonna make or break your fat loss goals. Now let's talk about some of the cons for working out in a fasted state or working out first thing in the morning. Number one, your body is not at optimal energy levels to give your workout your all. Now for some workouts, yes, if you're gonna do lists or maybe a little jog outside or a lighter form of cardio, that's perfectly fine. But for weighted workouts and more intense workouts like HIIT, the ideal time to do this is really 2 to 3 hours after a meal that's got lots of carbs, proteins, and fats. That's how long it takes for that food to digest and for your muscles and your body to like use that as energy. Even if you work out right after breakfast, there isn't enough time for that food to be readily available to be used as energy, and plus nobody wants to work out right after they eat. Like, that's crazy. Another con is that you are squeezing this workout in before school or work or whatever it is you have to do that day. So a lot of times your workout can get cut short if you're running late or you need to be somewhere. And the last con is that you do need to warm up longer. Since you just woke up first thing in the morning, your muscles are more stiff, your warm up needs to be a little bit longer to make sure you get the most from your workout and that you don't injure yourself. So in summary, morning workouts are amazing for some workouts and not for others. I personally would probably save my list for the mornings or Pilates or yoga, really just the low intensity, nothing too crazy, nothing with weights and nothing too high intensity, because I love the way that moving my body in the morning makes me feel for the rest of my day. But from a muscle building perspective and a performance perspective, it's really not the best time to do those high intensity workouts. I've talked about this a lot on Instagram, but I do my morning runs in a fasted state. And whenever I do this, I do take BCAAs. So I do break my fast to take BCAAs, and I have found BCAAs to really help me whenever I'm working out in a fasted state. Again, this is just for like runs or jogs outside, but the BCAAs do supply your muscles with energy in a super fast way because they're branched chain amino acids. So the structure of BCAAs allows them to be delivered to your muscles like super fast. So that is basically my go-to for fasted workouts. And the raspberry sorbet flavor, this is the one I created with Women's Best as part of my athlete series. Girl, I have tried other BCAA flavors, and let me tell you, this one is the best. Like, I'm obsessed with this. I love it. It's so good. I mean, everybody loves it. But the link to shop the BCAAs is in my description. If you're from the US, you can get that in GNC actually. Internationally, you can get it online, and you can use my code Vicky20 for 20% off. Now remember, BCAAs do not replace food or protein. This is just something that you can take right before or during your workouts to give your muscles an extra boost, but you still need to make sure you're getting that food, getting those nutrients, and getting that protein in. Now let's talk about afternoon workouts. So this could be right before lunch, so a few hours after breakfast or maybe after lunch, depending what time of day you're eating lunch. This for me is probably my favorite time to work out when it comes to using weights specifically, because this is where I feel my strongest. It's a few hours after breakfast, so I have that fuel to push myself, and I do it like right before lunch, so I get to fuel up right after, which is amazing. Also during the afternoons, I tend to go into like a lazy little tired slump, like I get the sleepies, and doing this midday workouts really just wakes me up and like helps me refocus for my day. So what are the pros for this? One, if you do this 3 hours after breakfast, this is really the ideal time to do any kind of workout. Your body is in the best, most energetic state, ready to give it your all. And another pro is that you can have lunch right after this. So it's like you have the energy and then you get to fuel up right after, which is awesome. Your body is also not as stiff as in the morning. So of course you still need to warm up, but not as much as you would have to in the morning. And another pro is the midday pick-me-up I talked about, which works wonders for me. Now let's talk about the cons. Cons, it is not so easy to fit into your schedule if you have an office job, if you've got school. I know it's not easy. Also, leaving your workout for the afternoon gives it a higher probability that you might skip your workout because things come up, you come up with excuses, you're behind on a task, and then you don't prioritize it as much as if it was in the morning. So for me, afternoon workouts are best for weighted workouts, just because it makes it really easy to time with my meals and it helps me feel good throughout my day. So now let's talk about evening workouts. Okay, I do love an evening workout myself. I feel like there's no better feeling than smashing an intense workout, having dinner, taking a shower, and laying in bed feeling so good and so tired. Oh, I love it. Even though afternoon workouts are the most ideal, I a lot of the times end up doing my workouts in the evening anyway. That's just how it tends to happen. So what are the pros of evening workouts? Number one, it is a great way to wind down and let it all go at the end of the day. You've had a hard day, it's been rough, you can just let it all out on the mat, move your body, and just have a nice end to the day. And I think that is also something I really love about evening workouts and why I always end up doing them at this time. Another pro is that if you time it right and you're doing this 3 hours after lunch, you're also in that optimal like energy state, especially for weighted workouts. So During this time of day, it's really a great time to do any kind of workout. You can go on a run, you can do weights, you can do pretty much anything, you can do yoga, anything goes. You probably won't have as many time constraints since it's not in the morning. If you're home from work or from school, you don't have anything else to do that day, you have time to really give your workout your all, make sure you complete your workout and you just do everything you want without feeling like you have to go somewhere. There also have been some studies showing that your body has more endurance and strength later on in the day. Now, there have been a lot of articles published claiming that working out close to bedtime can mess with your sleep patterns. I actually found a study that decided to test this hypothesis, and they found the opposite. That after some moderate exercise in the evenings, sleep patterns were actually better. I will link the study down in the description. Now, mind you, this is moderate exercise, which means it's maybe a run outside, some Pilates, some light weights, but nothing too crazy, not like an hour and a half long, like booty and leg workout. So it really just depends on what kind of exercise you are doing, and it depends how close to bedtime you are doing this. For example, for me personally, I go to bed pretty late, like probably midnight or 1 a.m. So if I do my workouts at like 6 or 7, I still have a lot of hours before I'm in bed. But if your bedtime is like 9 p.m. and you're working out at 7 p.m., then maybe that's not so good. So I would say at least 3 to 4 hours before bed, that's when you should be doing your evening workouts. Now let's talk about the cons. So leaving your workout for the evening makes it a lot easier to not do it. It makes it a lot easier to put it off. You've had a long day at work, you're tired, just like screw it, I just wanna be in front of the TV and binge watch my shows. Like, it's a lot harder to get yourself motivated, I think, in the evening when you've had a long day. But at the same time, this could also be an amazing way to just let it all go at the end of a long day. So I guess it just depends. Your energy might not be at the highest level if you've had a long, difficult day, so you might not be able to give your workout your all. And then the last con is that most social events happen in the evening. So if you're going out to dinner with friends or you're gonna have dinner with your family, then you kind of have to schedule your workouts around that, and that makes it a little bit harder to stay consistent. So evening workouts are really best for low, moderate activity, yoga, cycling, running. You can also do weights, but maybe not so close to bedtime. Even with all these cons, I always end up doing my weighted workouts in the evening, like around 5 or 6. I like to do them right before I have dinner, right before I start cooking dinner. And usually what I'll do is I'll have lunch around like 1. Well, I usually have lunch around 1:30, 1:32. And then I usually do my workout around 5 or 6. That's like when I always end up doing it. And then right after I'll have a protein shake or a protein bar, especially if I'm doing weights. So my protein shake, Pina Colada, she's amazing, especially for summer. And then we've also got the protein bar, blueberry white chocolate. These are also in GNC or online. And then that protein shake holds me off while I cook dinner, and then I eat dinner. And I don't know, something nice about working out in the evenings. Like, it's kind of like therapy. You're just letting everything from the day go. So let's summarize. There are pros and cons to working out at whatever time, but remember that at the end of the day, you need to pick out the time that you're gonna stay the most consistent with. I personally mix it up quite a bit. So the mornings I almost never do weights in the mornings. Like, actually, I never do weights in the mornings, ever. I always do my weighted workouts in the afternoon or in the evening because I know that's when my body's ready to kill it. For morning workouts, I usually do my runs in the morning when I run fasted. I'll do Pilates. I'll do that fasted too, but with BCAAs. I don't know. I don't really do HIIT in the mornings either. Like, my mornings are more for like running, yoga, Pilates, doing something to my body that makes me feel good, but nothing that's gonna be too intense on my muscles or require too much energy. But you really need to take a hard look at your lifestyle and figure out which time is gonna work best for you. And if you have a pretty free schedule, for you it doesn't really matter, then maybe some of these pros and cons in this video will help give you like a little bit of guidance of when to schedule your workouts in. But the best thing is to do trial and error. Like, start working out in the mornings, see how it makes you feel, or start working out in the evenings, see how it makes you feel. If you find yourself skipping your evening workouts all the time, then it's time to readjust, because the most important thing is staying consistent and forming a habit. So if this video was helpful for you, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up and leaving a comment down below if you learned anything new in this video, and any other topics you want me to make a video on in the future, let me know. All the studies I talked about here will be linked in the description, so you can read through those if you are, a sciencey based person. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.